caught me a baby bumblebee. Won't my mama be so proud of me? I caught me a baby bumblebee. Ow! It stung me. I'm squishing up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mama be so proud of me? I'm squishing up my baby bumblebee. Ew, I made a mess. I'm licking up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mama be so proud of me? I'm licking up my baby bumblebee. Oh, I don't feel so good. Get up, my baby bumblebee. Won't my mama be so proud of me? Get up, my baby bumblebee. Oh, I made another mess. I'm mopping up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mama be so proud of me? I'm mopping up my baby bumblebee. That's it. Hooray! All right. Now let's bring in some from yesterday. That's our two new ones. Let's bring in one from yesterday. You ready? Here we go. Ooh, if you'll turn my mic down just a bit, I can hear a little bit of a hum. That's the one that's labeled Jack. All right. Whoop, nope, it's getting worse. There we go. All right, here we go. Ready? You can't ride in my little red wagon. The front wheel's broken and the axle's dragging. Chug it, chug it, chugga, chugga, chugga. Second verse. Same as the first. But a whole lot louder. And a whole lot worse. You can't ride in my little red wagon. Front wheel's broken and the axle's dragging. Chug it, chugga, chugga, chugga. Third verse. Same as the first.
But a whole lot quieter. And a whole lot less worse. You can't ride in my little red wagon. The front wheel's broken and the axle's dragging. Chug it, chugga, 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 chugga.
Fourth verse. Same as the first. But a whole lot louder. And a whole lot worse. You can't ride in my little red wagon. Front wheel's broken and the axle's dragging. Chug it, chugga, chugga, chugga. All right, man, y'all killed that. Well done. All right, here we go. Possibly our last one if we take long enough. Ready? He's my rock, my sword, my shield. He's the hub in the middle of the wheel. He's the lily of the valley, bright as morning star. I don't care what people may say. I get down on my knees and pray. I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes. 2, 3. I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes. A little faster, you did get ready. He's my rock, my sword, my shield. He's the hub in the middle of the wheel. He's the lily of the valley, bright as morning star. I don't care what people may say. I get down on my knees and pray. I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes. 2, 3. I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes. Would you hang up on that person? All right, here we go. Ready? Sorry, I didn't turn my phone on. Would you go ahead and mute my phone as well? That'd be great. Here we go, a little bit faster. He's my rock, my sword, my shield. He's a hub in the middle of the wheel. He's a lily of the valley, bright as morning star. I don't care what people might say. I get down on my knees and pray. I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes. 2, 3. I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes. Super duper fast. You remember from yesterday? Here we go. Ready? Hold on. I'm tired. Super duper fast. Here we go. Ready? He's my... Great. All right. And our last one. Yeah, we have time. Our last one, super slow-mo for anybody who's not quite on board yet. I've already got spit on my face. All right, here we go. I got something. All right, we're better now. Here we go, ready? My rock, my soul, my shield. He's the hub in the middle of the wheel. He's the lily of the valley. Bright as morning star. I don't care what people may say. I get down on my knees and pray. I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes I'm gonna wait right here till Jesus comes. Great job, everybody. All right, guys, it's time to do our theme song. So let's get our music people up here. Let's go, let's go. Wow, look at their energy. It's amazing. There we go. All right, let's do the theme song. Let's go.
From the things we see to the great unknown, He is our true north, He is our way home. He is our guide in this world that's so wild. Let's trust in Jesus. Trust in Jesus. Let's trust in Jesus. Wherever He leads us. Let's trust in Jesus. Trust in Jesus. When you feel alone and you're powerless, when you need some hope, just remember this. He holds the seas, He names the stars, and He's always with you wherever you are. So let's trust in Jesus. Trust in Jesus. Let's trust in Jesus. Trust in Jesus. Wherever He leads us. Let's trust in Jesus. Trust in Jesus. Come on.
Who's ready for day 2 of VBS? I am so pumped for today, but I want to see which group's the most pumped for today. So Ray, so when you hear your color, I want to hear how loud and pumped you are for today. Where orange at? Okay. All right, you seem partially pumped. You weren't ready. How about this? How about where red at? Red Cruise. Okay, a little more prepared. I like it. All right, here we go. Yellow crew. Where my yellow crew's at? All right, I'm digging. Green. All right, wear my light blue. Light blue. That was a lot from both of y'all. I'm proud. I'm proud of that. And how about, last but not least, how about that dark blue? Wear that dark blue. Woo! All right, that is awesome. Hey, real quick, want to remind you, sorry, you need to bring me down a little bit more. All right, so we are doing an offering each day this week, right? And our offering is going towards the Way Station. You go ahead and hit that slide. Thank you. Way Station Food Pantry. Every week they give out meals to families so that they can go home and they can provide for their family. So your offering goes to help the Way Station. So here we go. You can go ahead and bring that on out.
All right, let's come on up.
When you hear the music, let's go. Thank you, guys. It's going to take our people a long time to count all that money. All right, so here we go. Real quick, who was our Bible buddy yesterday? A little recap. Ponder. And Ponder's a what? An otter, that's right. And he taught us, when we wonder, we can. That's right. And we also learned in our Bible story time that John prepares the way for Jesus and he baptized Jesus, right? And then our verse from yesterday, I want you to stand up and do it with me. Stand up and do it with me. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Anyone who listens to my teachings and follows it is wise. Matthew 7:24. Awesome. Have a seat, have a seat. Well done, well done. All right. So for today, we're imagining what it would be like to trek through the wilderness. Trek, that's a cool thing there. Trek through the wilderness of Alaska, right? It would be so much to do and to see there. And people explore Alaska in many different ways, right? Some fly over in a little seaplane like this. Can you imagine it on a plane that just takes off and lands on water? Yeah. If you grew up when I did, the DuckTales really got you here. So some people travel like that. Some people discover Alaska on a cruise ship. I know we have several people from our church who went on a cruise. Someone's going there shortly. Yeah, you can discover it from there. We also have other people who strap on a backpack and hit the hills. Can you imagine hiking through Alaska? Okay. Now, yesterday, we learned something interesting about Alaska. We learned that Alaska does not have a lot of people living there for how big an area it is. Remember, it's pretty huge. So it sounds like the perfect place to go if you want to be alone, right? Does anyone ever want to be alone? Sometimes we do, right? Yeah, sometimes we need that. But sometimes it's not fun to be alone, right? Imagine this. You have some big, exciting news, and you're like, hey, Moose, where'd you go, right? If you're sitting there going, I have no one to tell your news to, that would be sad, right? But what if there's no one to listen? Not today, but it is today. But sometimes we can have a sad and lonely feeling, right? Now today, our Bible buddy is going to help us out with that. So I want to introduce you to our Bible buddy. Let's meet Claudia. Say hi, Claudia. That's right. And Claudia is going to teach us that When we feel alone, we can. That's right. That's right. Anytime you hear that phrase today, when you hear someone say, when we feel alone, we can. That's right. That's right. So let's take a moment. When you feel like a crab and all alone inside your shell, sometimes that's how we feel, but we can trust Jesus always to be our friend. Let's take a look and see what Claudia has to say.
Hi, I'm Claudia, and I'm a crab. You may wonder what I'm doing way up in Alaska. I mean, don't crabs live way under the sea in tropical areas? Not necessarily. I'm an Alaskan king crab. That means my home is Alaska. You may be surprised to find that there are a lot of different kinds of crabs, and they're all different sizes. The giant crab from Japan is about 12 feet wide. That's like the height of 2 human adults. Then there are some itty-bitty crabs that only measure about a fingertip or two. So tiny. And Alaskan king crabs like me? They're somewhere in between. I'm about as big as 1 human adult. And that's not the only difference between crabs. Some kinds of crabs live in the water, and some live on the shore. Some crabs live in fresh water. That salty ocean water would kill them. Oh dear, but we Alaskan king crabs are just fine in the ocean. And different kinds of crabs have different ways of getting along. Some crabs live alone pretty much all the time. Do you think that sounds lonely? Other crabs like me live in big groups called casts. Crab casts can have hundreds of crabs, sometimes even thousands, all living together in one group. It's nice to work together with other crabs. Living in a group makes it easier to find a husband or a wife, and it helps us stay safe from predators. We work together to find food and to protect our families. We even migrate together. That means we move from one place to another. And if we're on your beach, it can feel like we've taken over with our big group. Now, you've probably noticed my pinchers. Can you make your hands into pinchers? Did you know those do more than just pinch stuff? Some crabs snap those claws to talk to each other. And when a boy crab is interested in a girl crab, he'll just wave his claws to get her attention. But even when we live in groups, we don't always get along. Sometimes boy crabs will fight each other over a girl. That's kind of crabby. And speaking of the word crabby, it's not really fair. People came up with that word because crabs sometimes pinch our claws to attack. We don't want to, though. We'd rather run away than fight. But if we need to protect ourselves, some crabs' pinchers are strong enough to break your finger. Ouch! But that doesn't mean we're feeling crabby. We're just scared. In fact, there's no evidence to make people think crabs are irritable or grouchy. After all, you'd probably pinch with claws too if you thought you were being attacked. But since it's a word you might know, well, I'll go ahead and use it. Maybe sometimes you feel crabby. Maybe you feel all alone, like the kinds of crabs who live by themselves. Maybe you feel like you don't have a friend in the world. Maybe you feel like no one likes you. But I have good news for you. Jesus likes you. In fact, Jesus loves you. He doesn't want you to hide in your shell because you're worried or feel crusty because you're all alone. He'll come find you. And when you follow Jesus, you're a part of his family. It's like joining a crab cast. You're never alone. So remember, when we feel alone, we can trust Jesus.
All right. Claudia is pretty cool. I did not know that about crabs. So that's fun. Fun thing. All right. So today we are going to have our Bible story time. And our story today is going to be about Jesus preaching the Sermon on the Mount. All right. And our Bible verse for today is Matthew 11:28. And it goes like this. Hold on. There we go. It goes like this. The Bible verse, you'll click that slide and choo. All right. Come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. All right, stand up, do it with me. Stand up, do it with me. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. That's Matthew 11:28. Very nice, very nice. Have a seat, have a seat. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go get tracked. I just don't know how much longer I can survive out here all by myself. I am so hungry. I ate a snail. A snail! I ate him. And it was tough, too, because he was going along. I had to use my quick reflexes. Yeah, not gonna lie, a little chewy, not the best. But I just don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive out here all by myself.
Track, is that you?
Humanity! Oh, humanity! Oh, people! All right, I gotta go. Oh, wait! Smash that like and subscribe. Okay, good.
Okay, didn't we just see you yesterday?
I've been out here. It's been so alone.
But again, we just saw you yesterday. Where have you been?
I mean, it's very alone here in the wilderness.
Okay, but just
All by myself.
but like a day. You'll have to start from the beginning so I know what's going on.
Okay. I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
I went out into the woods, taking some time to myself to think about all that stuff that you said and that Jesus said in the Bible, and how he's with us and how we can trust him.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So last night, when I was camping, I started wondering when he would show up.
Well, Jesus is always with you, but he's not.
So first, I put up my tent. Boom, boom. All right. And then I lit the fire. And started roasting some marshmallows, hoping Jesus would show up and I have one ready, you know? Just sitting there.
Yeah, okay.
And then I sat there, and it got really dark, and then I heard a sound like, roar!
Goodness.
Oh,
What was it?
I wondered the same thing. So I turned around, turned on my flashlight, and it was a bear!
My goodness.
And it looked like this. It was like,
Okay.
fortunately, the light from my flashlight scared the bear.
Okay.
But then I heard another sound, and it was like, ow!
Oh no, not a wolf.
Uh-huh. It was a wolf, and it was like, girl, snarl, blarg.
Snarl blarg? Wait, wolves don't really go snarl blarg.
And then he ran off. So
Okay.
then he was gone, and I heard something behind me. It was
No.
was
What's it?
the cutest little chipmunk that you've ever seen. It's just
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
How adorable.
And then he stole my flashlight.
What? How could a chipmunk?
Hey, you just can't get mad at something that cute, though. So I was like, you can have it. So I felt so lonely out there. And you know what? Jesus never stopped by.
Oh, Trek, we don't see Jesus the same way we see our friends. We can trust Jesus. He's always with us, even when we can't see him. When we feel alone, we can trust Jesus. He doesn't let us down or leave us alone.
So that kind of means that we're never really alone.
Exactly.
Because Jesus is always with us?
Absolutely. That's exactly what it means.
Then I guess it's okay for me to be in the woods by myself. Because I'll always have his friendship with me. That's pretty wild.
Where are you going?
Oh, well, now that I'm not worried about being alone, I'm gonna go and get some batteries. Because I promised the chipmunk I would replace the batteries for his flashlight. Bye!
What? Oh my goodness.
All right. That Trek's an awesome character. Hey, before we send you out today, we want to do a little bit of a reminder about some God moments. So y'all say, good morning, Janine!
Morning. Good morning. So, has anybody found a Bible verse around the church with a little cross? Oh, you have. Okay. Well, that's my first God moment of the day. Is one of our friends here decided to make these. She wrote and typed out some Bible verses, made crosses, and put them around the church for y'all to find. To encourage you, to remind you that God's word is where we find our true north. Okay? And it's how we follow him daily. We've got to know the word to know how to follow it, right?
Preach.
And so please keep these, share them. You can, if you like yours, you can give it to a friend. You can show it to mom and dad. But that's my first God moment, and I hope you tell your leaders more so we can share them at closing today, okay? All right, and you are now ready to go into the unknown.
I'm risking if I
Follow you
into
into
the
the
unknown.